Very pleased to inform you that you've been shortlisted for the Young GP of the Year. Hey!
Was it important?
Yes, very. Give it back.
Is it personal?
Yes. Actually, do you know what? You can read it if you like.
There's a fun in that. Oh, Mrs. Tembe.
I am so sorry.
Oh, no, it's my fault.
No, it was mine. I really must apologize.
Mrs. Tembe, it's fine.
Mandy.
I did not understand, Dr. Ty. It is not right.
No!
It came in the post this morning. It's not really a surprise, I suppose, but still.
She knows something.
About what?
Mrs. Tembe, but she's not telling what.
Well, as we're all here, I've got some interesting news.
Kevin!
What?
I'm sure Mrs. Tembe's news is much more interesting.
Good morning.
Morning.
Honestly, I can't.
My news isn't secret.
Mrs. Hollins, these are my friends and colleagues.
I haven't said a word.
She hasn't. Not yet.
And they deserve to know the truth, but I am too ashamed. So please,
Permission to gossip.
if you do not mind.
I'll do my best.
Thank you.
So, who wants to hear my news?
Kevin!
Okay, fine. Okay, where to start?
If it went all that way, what do you think so?
Sorry, guys, traffic.
No worries. Do you want a coffee?
John, you want to get started?
She's not here.
We had a 9:30, the Stevens case.
The detective inspector is not in the building.
Where is she?
I love a cancelled meeting, especially with O'Neill.
She called in?
No?
It's not like her, is it?
Oh, don't knock it. Do you want a coffee or what?
All right, what's in the letter?
It's nothing, really.
Okay.
Well, I say nothing. I've been nominated.
Nominated?
Yeah, shortlisted. Young GP of the Year. Yeah, it's just a local thing.
Still, Young GP of the Year.
Shortlisted, but nothing definite yet.
All right, well, I'll keep it under my hat then.
No, it's okay, really. It's not secret. You can tell people if you want to.
Friends, colleagues, Leatherbridgians, may I introduce to you Leatherbridge's Young GP of the Year, Dr. Kevin Tyler.
Oh, well done. Really?
Yeah, no way.
Oh, he's shortlisted.
Well, I don't see why I shouldn't win.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, go get him, mate.
Yeah. You know, it's like I always tell people. It's not just about facts and knowledge. Being a good GP, it's about empathy. You know, understanding people. And teamwork. Now, this award isn't just about me. We've got a good team behind us, on the whole. And that's what I'll say in my acceptance speech.
When you win.
If I win. Let's not get carried away.
Who does the nominations?
Oh, the partners, I think.
And they chose Kevin. What's he got that I haven't?
Empathy, apparently.
Mrs. Tembe, what are you doing?
Does everybody know?
Will you get up off the floor, please?
Have you told everyone?
Jimmy's at the station. Howard and Heston got caught up in meetings. I haven't spoken to Kevin or Al, but everybody else was very understanding.
Understanding.
Yes.
Understanding of my un-Christian intolerance, my rank homophobia. What about the partners, Dr. Granger, Dr. Carmichael? They must have been disgusted by my behavior.
Not really.
Well, I will spend the morning making them understand. Oh, Nurse Marquez, how I will face her, I do not know.
Hello, this is Sonia O'Neill. Leave a message.
Hi, it's Dr. Clay. I just thought I'd call. We had a meeting this morning and you didn't. So I just thought I'd call and check you were okay, you know, after last week and everything. So, just give me a call back, okay? Bye.
I'm not disagreeing. How can I disagree with the great Daniel Granger, the man who can do no wrong?
So I'm
Come
right.
in. Yes, you're right. You're always right.
Thank you. Mrs. Tembe.
Dr. Granger, Dr. Carmichael, I understand that you have been made aware of the circumstances surrounding the breakup of my marriage and the calculated deception that I have imposed on you.
We all have our secrets, Mrs. Tenby.
Yes, but mine were particularly unpleasant.
And a long time ago.
But I deserve to be ostracized.
Mrs. Tenby, you did something stupid. You're sorry. Won't happen again. I've been there and done that.
Again and again and again.
You're a good receptionist. We need you.
Dr. Carmichael.
Well, whatever he says, because he's always right.
But...
No buts, butt out.
Because we're busy.
Now, where were we?
The great
Daniel Granger.
Yes, what now?
Yeah, him. The man who's always right.
Yes, he is. What is it this time?
It's a little bit pink. We've not seen you here before, have we, Mrs. Hancock?
My husband wasn't happy with our old GP.
Oh dear, well, we'll try to do better here at the mill.
I'm sure you will. You seem very competent.
Thank you.
My husband doesn't approve of young doctors. But I say to him, old doctors were young doctors once.
Funny you should mention young doctors, because I've just...
The thing is, they just can't seem to spare the time. It's sit down, where does it hurt, have a prescription, and you're out in less than a minute.
Well, I'm not like that.
No. You're very,
Empathetic.
Yes, for one so young.
Yeah, it's like I say to my colleagues, the most important thing a GP can do is listen. I suppose that's why I've been nominated for Young
The
GP.
thing is, my throat is more of a tickle than a cough, if you know what I mean. My husband had it more than a month, but it was definitely a cough with him, a real rasper. No phlegm at all. Actually, I'm wrong. It was a hacking cough, not a rasper. But with me, my great-uncle on my mother's side, that's my mother's brother, he smoked all his life, apparently. So you just can't tell, can you?
No. So what I'm going to do...
The thing is, he might have died of lung cancer.
I'm sorry, you got a family history of lung cancer?
I don't think so, do I?
Well, you just said your great-uncle...
I said he might have died of lung cancer.
Might have.
Well, if he'd lived long enough. He was shot down over Germany in 1944. Oh, but a terrible smoker, apparently. The thing
is, Anna, I mean, been round the houses on this one. You've just got a sore throat.
I can hardly talk.
So I think the best cure is time and silence. So why don't we say as little as possible and see how we go, eh?
But I was going to...
Shush, 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 shush. Silence really is the best medicine. Come back after a week if there's no change.
You are very young, aren't you?
Oh, yes, he is very young. A young GP. A veritable whippersnapper.
I'm 30.
Oh.
Why, what's wrong with that?
Nothing? Nothing at all?
Empathy isn't always the best approach.
A good GP knows when to take a strong line.
Exactly.
Listen, I know you don't want to make a big thing of this whole Young GP of the Year dealie.
Nah, of course not.
But I was thinking of your friends and colleagues. You know, they might want to help you share in your success. You know, one of their own doing so very well.
You think?
I really do.
Yeah, maybe. A few drinks after work. Nothing fancy.
Just a couple of bottles of bubbly.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Tyler.
Oh, he's got a lot on his mind.
Well, as do I, Dr. Haskell. Now, can I have a moment of your time?
No, I'm far too busy. Actually, I couldn't help noticing that you've given me a couple of new patients this afternoon.
Wait, yes, Mr. Wilcox and Miss Willis.
They're the ones. The thing is, I'm worried, Mrs. Tenby. You always tell me that new patients require extra care and attention. And that's the kind of thing that Dr. Tyler specialises in.
Yeah, well, I suppose I could transfer them.
Excellent.
Hello?
I'm sorry I cancelled the meeting.
It's all right. Everything okay?
Fine, just
A cold or something? No need.
It's really not a problem. It's not like I'm snowed under or anything. Sonia?
Yes, I'm still here.
So,
All right.
is that all right? I can pop over.
Yes, if it's okay.
No rush.
Right. Might be an hour or two.
Whatever.
Dr. Tyler, I believe Mrs. Hollins has spoken to you.
Perhaps why? What have I done wrong?
Dad, we need to talk. I've been doing some digging around, and it seems that they're going to be using mystery shoppers.
What?
For the competition. Look, they send fake patients to all of the nominees to see how they can handle the really difficult cases.
Mrs. Hancock.
Have you heard about Kevin's good news, Mrs. Tembe?
Oh, yeah, yes, I have. Young GP of the Year, congratulations. My husband is a homosexual.
What?
When he told me I was humiliated, I exposed him before his family, his friends, his church, and his community. I drove him from his country, and then I told the world that he was dead.
Mrs. Tembe, that's terrible.
Thank you.
No, I'm serious. I mean, how could you do that? You were always spouting on about Christian values and forgiveness and charity and all that. Not to mention honesty.
Dr. Tyler, you are wise beyond your years.
No wisdom here, Mrs. Tembe. I don't care what you do.
And that is why you will never be nominated for Young GP of the Year.
Well, I'm too old.
And you have limited judgment.
Can you believe that?
Shocking. So, mystery shoppers. Who is Mrs. Hancock?
Well, you saw her. I kicked her out when she got boring.
Oh, dude, that could have been one of them. You got to tread more carefully. Hey, use some of that wisdom that Mrs. Tembe is so fond of, especially with new patients. Anyone not on the system.
Wilcox, yes? Wilcox.
Young GP of the Year?
So, Mr. Wilcox, new to Leatherbridge then?
No.
New to us?
Is that a problem?
No, of course not. It's just can't find you on our records.
I need a sick note.
Okay, what seems to be bothering you?
Panic attacks.
Okay, what did your last GP say about them?
Well, he's a plonker.
So he didn't give you a fit note then?
Like I say...
He was a plonker. Okay, let's start the basics. Tell me about these panic attacks.
Sometimes I panic. Like a panic attack.
What seems to bring them on?
Stress. Look, are you going to give me a sick note?
I do actually have to make sure that you're ill.
OK, well then, I've got another problem.
Is it easier to diagnose?
Piles.
Right.
Want to look?
Who is it?
It's me. Can I come in?
Hey.
All right.
Ah, not piles then.
Oh, panic attack.
What about by?
Stress. You putting your finger...
Sit down, Mr. Wilcox.
I can't. I've got piles. Young GP of the Year. You can't even spot a full-blown panic attack.
Which lasted about 5 seconds.
I want a sick note.
No!
Plonker!
Difficult patient? Check. Newly registered? Check. Invisible symptoms? Check. Tricky moral dilemma? Check.
There's nothing tricky about it. Were you listening at the door?
Oh, just in case things got hairy.
No, he can't have been.
No, I reckon you're right. A real mystery shopper will be normal. Probably have some rare symptoms that are easily overlooked.
Like what?
Don't know, Kevin. It could be anything.
Thanks.
Do you want to talk? Look, you got a really tough job. I don't think I could do it. That woman last week with the lighter fluid. Sometimes you get a delayed reaction.
You think that's it?
But I've seen it before. There's no shame. I mean, if you need some time out.
I don't need time out. This is not a delayed reaction.
So?
Isn't it obvious?
No, it's not.
No one believes me? Isn't that what they always say? Why are we hiding?
Kevin's up for a prize. Any one of the patients could be a judge. A mystery shopper.
Oh, how exciting. So, what award is this?
It's nothing really.
Oh, no, it is far from nothing. It is a very important award. He may even get a certificate or something. We should all be very proud of him.
I remember when you got your first certificate. I was such a proud mother.
What are you talking about?
15 metres. All the way across the swimming pool.
Oh, well, yeah.
This is a very serious matter. No, Dr. Tyler deserves every plaudit that comes his way.
Has anyone seen the stapler?
Nurse Reed.
Ah, typical.
So what do you reckon?
Butter.
Oh, yes. The butter wouldn't melt.
I'm sorry.
Well done, Sherlock.
Are you hurt?
No.
Do you know him?
Not as well as I thought I did.
Dave Cartwright.
You okay, Mrs. Tenby?
Dr. Tyler seems to be the only one that understands.
You mean about your husband?
I suppose you are going to be liberal and as understanding as everyone else.
Well, I am the last person qualified to judge anyone's behaviour. One of these days I shall sit you down and tell you my whole sordid history.
So you are not going to condemn me?
No. I won't be the one to throw the first stone.
Well, then perhaps I should be the first one to throw the stone myself.
It's probably nothing. I'm sorry I wasted your time.
Not really. It's not an issue. Make sure I've covered all the angles.
It's just a headache. I'm a bit stressed at work. I do worry.
Do you have a family history of anything at all?
No, I am worried.
No, don't worry. I'm just being thorough.
I normally just take a few paracetamol.
How many do you normally take?
I don't know, a few.
Every day?
No, just when I have a headache. It is just a headache, isn't it?
I think we should run some tests.
What kind of tests? My mum had tests.
What for?
They were inconclusive.
Inconclusive for what?
I don't know, whatever they were testing for.
And?
And what?
And how is she now?
Fine. She's fine.
Right, that all seems tickety-boo. How are we getting on with the bursary?
Well, actually, the Vice-Chancellor's office seems to be very accommodating. Yes, they think it'll give a sense of community. Yes, Mrs. Tenby.
Mr. Bellamy, Dr. Carter, there is a problem with my contract of employment.
Well?
Well, I have been employed under false pretenses. In my application, I claim to be a widow, whereas in fact, I have a husband living. In addition, my moral character has been revealed to be of the basest kind. You will wish to terminate my contract with immediate effect.
Do you have a widow's pension?
Mr. Bellamy!
Have you made any material gain from this deceit? Have you committed a crime?
No, of course not.
What we require is an excellent receptionist and administrator who's fair and honest with our patients. The rest, however torrid, is your business.
Agreed.
You are not going to give me this egg.
No.
Then I will have to hand in my notice.
Then I will have to refuse to accept it.
I don't know. She might be ill. She might be acting. She might not be ill and think she is.
You can't afford to take the chance.
What do you mean?
Your award is about to go up in smoke. When's the ceremony?
2 weeks.
There's no time for second chances.
Do you think she's the one?
You've got to give her every test known to mankind. Leave no stone unturned. Find out what she's got. Whether she's got it for real, whether she thinks that she's got it, or whether she's only pretending to think that she's got it.
Right. Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of this however long it takes. Get some blood tests taken today, and I'll book you in for a scan at St Phil's.
When will that be?
The scan, as soon as possible, a week or so.
A week?
Well, I could stress the urgency. OK, I'll tell you what, I'll pull some strings and we'll get it done this week. The main thing is we put you first and we get to the bottom of this. OK?
OK.
Come on. We need to book her in for an MRI scan as soon as possible.
Yes, but it is very
now,
late.
Mrs Tembe.
I'm dying, aren't I?
Oh, we're all dying. Hopefully not this evening. I'm Dr. Keller. Would you...
Come and sit down.
It's my patient.
She seemed a trifle upset.
She's a mystery shopper. She's not really ill, but we need to show 100% dedication to our patient's needs.
Name?
What's your name?
Martha Willis.
Ms. Willis, would you like to have a chat with Dr. Keller? I'm sure then things won't seem quite so bad.
Why don't you follow me?
Explanation?
Young GP of the year, I suspect.
Well, I was just trying to... It would benefit the mill if I win.
A silly initiative from the CCG to appeal to the X Factor generation. Every practice had to make a nomination. If I had my way, it would be strangled at birth.
Right, well, at least you chose me.
Well, it was either you or Jazz. We had to toss a coin.
You lost.
Does anyone know why the fridge is absolutely filled up with champagne?
Oh, great.
Is it party time, Dr. Tyler? Oh, maybe we should invite some mystery guests.
You set me up. Have you had nothing better to do all day?
No.
So what do you want to do?
Let's get it over with.
I can't take samples here.
Jimmy?
No, that's not the way it works. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even be here. You know the protocol.
Stuff! The protocol! You don't like being alone with me, do you? What, scared I'll accuse you next?
No. I'm worried that any competent defence counsel will tear your case apart if we don't do it by the book.
What case?
Sonia. A colleague of mine. A friend. She went through what you're going through. She didn't want to pursue it. She just wanted to forget it.
Oh, I'm not forgetting.
Let me call the station and we can get a female officer down here. We can take you to the rape suite and do it properly.
Not gonna happen.
Please.
Mm-mm.
Nurse Marquez, you must have heard by now what happened with my husband, my intolerance and my bigotry. And yet still you smile at me.
If I was newly married, happily married, and my wife came to me and she said, oh, it was all a mistake, I prefer men after all. Rejection hurts and we lash out. I understand that. You are not a bigot, Mrs. Tembe. You'd never judge anyone as harshly as you judge yourself.
Yeah, that is very kind. Well, you have all been very kind. Well, I'm really not worthy of your friendship and your tolerance. I will try to be worthy of it in the future.
Here we go. Can't let it go to waste. I'm sorry about earlier. To quote one of my patients, I was a plonker.
You are a very fine young man. Well, I hope you win the competition.
I think I'll withdraw.
No need.
I'm sorry, Dr. Tyler, but I'm afraid you've been disqualified.
Mrs. Hancock?
Jenny Whittaker, actually. Out-of-work actor and a mystery shopper.
Say what? Are you for real?
A real pretend patient, yes.
I swear I had no idea. I thought that I'd just made it up. That is incredible.
You did very well, actually. considering my provocative behaviour. But I'm afraid Mr. Bellamy and Dr. Carter failed to read the small print. You can't be Young GP of the Year.
Why not?
Because you're too old.
I can't.
If there's evidence of rape, we can prosecute.
If? You think I'm making this up?
No, I don't think you're making it up.
Then take your samples. Here, now.
There's no point.
Because you don't believe me.
No, because every time a rape case falls apart, it's because some officer or some doctor's cut corners. Let me call someone.
I think you should leave.
What do you tell the victims?
Prosecute. Every time. Not a word, Jimmy. To anyone.
It's over. All right? So you can all relax and wind your necks in, all right?
Tam! Tamir!
Just go now!
Well, I think you should calm down and
Just go now! Please, just drive! Just please drive!
The team at Waterloo Road bracing themselves